Was the ball out of play? Is Philippe Clement out of time? The answer to both of those questions is absolutely 100% yes. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We got to talk about the big incident here today. The incident that is making Brendan Rodgers shit his pants, making him cry his eyes out, complaining to referees, complaining about VAR, making up shit that he himself has no proof of. He talks about the referees taking a guess, and then he himself takes a guess when it comes to whether or not they have the correct technology and the correct angles to even determine whether this was out of play or not. Rodgers seems to think that unless you know 100% that it was out, then you cannot disallow the goal. Even if you're 99.99999% sure the ball was out, to Rodgers, that's not a high enough percentage. It's the Celtic way. It's the Brendan Rodgers way. They must win every single game or else he is going to cry about it. And that's exactly what he done here. Instead of actually just, sitting down in his arse and accepting that he's been proved to be a shit manager twice now in 2 weeks by Bayern Munich and Hibernian, he could have accepted defeat, but no, he had to cry about it to the officials, had to, take away Hibernian's spotlight, take away Hibernian's great performance. Look at Davy Gray. That's a manager with class, a manager that shook hands, accepted that he's just pulled off a massive result and probably went home and helped himself to a wee glass of Iron Brew. Rodgers has went home and he's been, he's been drinking the Rodger tears for the last 10 hours. Embarrassing stuff for Brendan Rodgers. You're 13 points clear. It's not like that team in second with Philippe Clement as the manager can catch you. Yet he's making a big deal about, you can't be given that goal. Look at the image, man. The ball is here. Scottish League Cup, man. Rangers were denied a penalty. And what did Rodgers come out and say? It's human error. I mean, he was like, get on with it. We've got another trophy. But today, when there's a decision that doesn't go his way, he's fucking crying and pissing his pants over it. Embarrassing. Sooner he fucks off to England, the better. That's my two takes.
Yeah, that's 2 minutes 20 of what I would have said. Look at the image, folks, right? If you think that ball is still in, then you're blind. Oh, no, look at that image. That ball's out. There's no...
Let's be honest. Let's say Hibernian. That's Hibernian. That's Martin Boyle crossing that in.
Yep.
And it gets flicked in at the back post or something by Rocky Bashiri. And that goal stands. Rodgers has come out, he said we were cheated.
No. And rightfully so. See this, right? I said at the time it looked out. See with a few more replays for different angles, it looked like it might have been more in. But see once you stop it at the exact point Alistair Johnston kicks that football, folks, that is out of play.
The angle that they showed on Sports Scene, right, pretty much confirms it was out. Nah, I mean, Neil McCann, he needs to take his green blinkers off, right? He can say what he wants. That image in still shot that they showed on Sports Scene pretty much confirms it was out, but because they didn't have that image at the game, Rodgers is upset. I mean, it's almost like they've got the correct decision here, but Rodgers isn't happy about it because they couldn't prove 100% they had the correct decision.
Yeah.
Rodgers has basically said, here, that's 99% out, but since you can't prove it's 100% out, I need you to go with the 1% chance that it was actually in. What? See this whole clear and obvious? I've said it since day one. Clear and obvious is a load of shite, right? What matters is getting the correct decision. And the correct decision was, this was it. And guess what? Hibernian deserved their win, right? This is the Scottish Premiership. It isn't the Celtic League. It's not fucking the Celtic show, right? Hibernian played well today. Hibernian could have won by more, to be fair. So let's just give Hibernian their flowers, and Brendan Rodgers needs to sit down.
Yeah, now Christopher Anderson says, the fact you are posting the question means the on-field decision should have stood. If it's not definitive, then it has to stand. Right, what I'm going to call bullshit in that, how many times have me and you sat here and put up a poll about Philippe Clement should he be sacked? When we all know he should be sacked. And the only people voting for him not to be sacked are the same people that are voting no on this.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Here, you can say what you want, but Celtic fans...
Oh, well, see by that logic. See the fact that we had to put up a poll with the whole Lager Bielka thing in Dessers. Should that
That goal should have counted.
That goal should have counted because we had to put up a poll, so therefore it wasn't 100% a foul. You see how that doesn't work?
Yep.
You see how that argument is fucking totally shite?
No, I know. Two years in a row, Brendan Rodgers has went to Edinburgh and he's came back with shite doing his legs.
And all he's done is make excuses.
Yeah.
See Brendan Rodgers, right? He's just as bad a loser as Fleet Clement. The only difference is he doesn't lose half as near the amount of times as Clement does.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope he did, like.
But Brendan Rodgers is a horrible loser. He just very rarely loses.
Right, who cares? Hibs were denied a Stonewall penalty. Makes a change for the Glasgow clubs to have a referee go against them. Yeah, I mean, Hibs could have had a penalty. I said in the review it would have been soft, but it was clumsy for Carter Vickers, and I could have seen it being
Brendan Rodgers didn't come out and talk about that one.
And Jota fluffed his lines, could have capitalised on it. Not sure how far getting involved with on-field decisions if they can't be 100% sure themselves. That image, to me, is 100% sure. And maybe that's what they've looked at, and therefore... Rodgers hazards a guess at the fact Dave hazards a guess.
Do you see how the narrative changes? We're now being led to believe that VAR should only get involved when it's 100%. That when there's like no doubt whatsoever.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Yo, see in football, right? See every VAR decision. There is such a minute amount of them where it is like 100% that is the correct call.
See if VAR only got involved when a decision was like 100% wrong, then VAR would very rarely be involved.
Yeah, maybe some people would argue that'd be better for the game because we're sick of VAR getting involved, but this was actually an instant where it got the correct decision.
Nah, you know what, man? This has soured me. I just think it's pathetic. I mean,
accept it. No, another thing I think is pathetic is you get Neil McCann, right, on Sports Scene, turn around saying, I'd rather go with the assistant because he's there seeing it than the camera angle. Hold on here. You can fucking pause the camera.
You know what I mean? The assistant has got one chance to see it, could have an obstructed view, might not have the best angle of it, might be slightly behind, where he needs to be. Now, you can argue he might be in a better position, right, than a camera, but he's only got one opportunity, one take. He's not got photo fucking memory where he can pause it in his brain and look back. See, with the cameras, you can freeze it, you can rewind it, you can slow it down to somehow suggest that you go with the linesman who had a split second, a millisecond to determine whether it was in or out. He thinks that is somehow better than going with the cap. Well, what's the point of VAR then?
As I said in the review, right, I'm not blaming the linesman. I'm not blaming the referee. Because you know what? See, watching the game, I thought it did go out, but it was not to the point where it's like, oh my god, he should have seen that, looking at that straight away. See, throughout this entire game, the linesmen were letting decisions go, like offsides, even when they were 4 or 5 yards off. And I hate when they do that, even when they know they're off. See this one? It was too close to call, but see when you get that still frame image, it's clearly out. It's clearly out. What's the next comment say? Stephen McNally says, if this was Rangers, they would never even be looked at the refs or trying to help them back into the league, but Rangers come out and give us a laugh and a goal in it for us. They haven't a scabby. The old Huns haven't. They weren't in the league again before this match. For fuck's sake, the Deludimo's working, then the team play like the shite.
Here, I don't
even know what's going on here.
I believe it was Tottenham, Man United. Am I correct in thinking Van der Sar?
On the line?
On the line. It was about 4 feet over the line.
Aye, they didn't give it.
Aye.
Yeah.
Here. Well, why? The linesman's seen it. So you'd rather go with the linesman than the camera, according to Neil McCann. So they must have got it right that day. Even though the ball was 4 feet over the line. Yeah, they must have got it right that day, because according to Neil McCann, you'd rather go with the official who's got the live action shot than the camera that you can slow down, freeze, and rewind.
And you know what? I think it's a shame because I think 9 times out of 10, Neil McCann gets it spot on.
No, you know what's a shame? Hibernian have actually played really good today, turned up, they've beaten Celtic, deservedly so, been the form team in the league, right? You got to give David Gray a lot of credit, but unfortunately not getting any credit. It's almost like this has been used as an excuse. And it's poor for Rodgers, man. It is.
As we Jinky says, what a stupid question to ask. There has been no angle given that conclusively can say that the ball is out. The one you have used there, you can't tell because of the angle. To a simpleton, it might look out because they don't understand how an aerial view from behind will never give a definitive answer. Therefore, the goal should have stood. The person with the best angle deemed it to be in, and no one can prove otherwise. Farce. Blair then said, so because you cannot tell if it's out, the goal should stand? Wild. Better if it was for your opponent than you'd say the opposite. Of course they would. No, of course they would.
You can't say that it's in.
I know.
So you can't say it's out, so therefore we need to go with the decision that looks more likely. Which, like, do you know what, like, fucking hell, like, see when it comes to anything, like, not many things are 100% in life, but you always lean towards the most likely outcome. And the most likely outcome here is the ball's at play.
Yep. Absolutely. No, that is the... It was... Look at the image, folks, right? I know people are hanging on to the bird's eye view, right? Let's just go back and look at this image. See if you actually look at this, right? The ball. See the ball. If you look at the fucking ball, you see this here. There is no way in hell the ball at its widest angle is on the fringe of that white line. It's just, look where Alistair Johnson's boot is, folks, right? See, for him to connect with that ball, so a part of his foot would have to be on the line. Look at the gap. Look at the gap between the back of his boot and the fucking line. And we're trying to claim the ball's on the line. No, come on.
That's a man that would probably know best.
Aye.
If Alistair Johnson was a truthful man, he'd probably tell you it was it.
Well, the fact is, see if Arnie Engels wasn't shite, he wouldn't have overhit the fucking pass and it would have counted. Alright, folks. How about those apples? £11 million man. Shite. Sean says, well, yes, actually, the on-field ref gave a goal, so if VAR can't tell for sure, then the goal should stand. That's the kind of the whole point. Do try and keep up. But the point, no. But see this. Why are people hanging on to the fact that VAR doesn't know 100%? I think VAR does know. Yo, Celtic are well within their rights to demand audio and demand this, but I guarantee you that the audio for this, we've looked at it and it's clearly over. We've heard audio in recent weeks and months that it's been an absolute... I'm looking at the Dundee United game. Oh, that's no a red.
Hold on, are these not the same people that Rangers clearly had a foul on the line of the penalty box and they all claimed it was outside, it wasn't a penalty?
Yeah.
When you had a clear image of it, the SFAs came out and admitted they got it wrong.
Well,
and that it should have been a penalty. And these are the same people that was saying, no, never a penalty, outside the box.
I know.
The still images don't lie.
They didn't lie. You're not very clever, are you? The point is the linesman had the best view and there's no evidence to say he was incorrect, so yes, it should stand. So why should we take a guess from someone looking at a bad angle? Did they not teach you about angles at school? You know what?
Yeah, but here's the
Kurt
thing.
Angle, right? Big Kurt Angle's the only angle I care about. No. But look at this. There's nothing bad. That's out.
No,
that's out.
But here's the thing. The linesman has made that with one chance in live play. These people are making out as if the linesman could go and look at the monitor and he wouldn't change his mind. Yeah. Yo, see if the linesman had an opportunity to see that image we're seeing, he would probably change his mind. Yo, that's not... How many times do we see the referee get called over to the monitor and they change the decision that they made during live play?
Yep.
But these people are saying, "Oh, you can't. No, that would never happen. You got to go with the linesman's. You got to go with the linesman's initial call." Yo, see, maybe if they call, are you telling me maybe they called the linesman over? The linesman would go, "Ah, you know what, I got that wrong." Do we not see that with referees? With goals?
No, of course we do. We see it all the time.
Did that not happen with Igamani today? Red card.
Yeah, and he overturned it.
Now here, would you not argue? Oh, but the referee's got the best angle. The referee's got the best seat. He's got the best view. Because in live play, he gave him a red card. But you know what? See when he got an opportunity to go and look at the fucking images and the stills and the videos, he decided, you know what? He got it wrong. Stupid fuck. Come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? No, what? Anything, right? There's been times I've been watching tennis, maybe a big bet on, and you see a ball, and you think it was out, and you're calling the umpire every name under the sun, and then you rewind it, and you go, you know what? That was in. I got it wrong. And I had the best seat in the house, because I've got hundreds of pounds on this, and I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. But you know what? See when you see a replay, see when you see a still image, you could change your mind on what you originally thought it was. Here, see in boxing, sometimes you see a swingman and you think, he's cracked him on the jaw. Oh, you know what? You see a replay, turns out he didn't connect.
Yep.
And it's the same, like, why can't they grasp that?
Yo, maybe.
No, why can't they grasp?
No, yo, but maybe we'll hear the audio.
Am I right or wrong?
Yes, but maybe in a week we'll hear the audio and they'll be like, we got that wrong, it was actually in, and we will hold our hands up. But I would be absolutely flabbergasted if that turned out to be true. Let's move on. Anyone surprised? Any chance at cheating that will be taken?
I'd be shocked if they can determine that this wasn't out. See for all these people saying you can't determine it wasn't out. I mean, see for all these people saying you can't determine it was out. Well, I'll throw it back. You cannot determine 100% it was in. Yeah, show me an angle. We haven't seen it so far.
Where it looks in.
Show me one angle where you can see that's definitely in.
We've seen an angle there that looks definitely it.
Yeah.
So
but show me an angle where it looks definitely in, and then people will take it. People will freeze it and then rewind it a couple of steps so before he actually hits the ball.
Well,
as if they're fooling you,
Let's just end it with this, right? Mountain Man says, for fuck's sake, it was clearly out of play. Even with the limited camera angles, you could see it. Brendan was talking shite about budgets on Tuesday. Our budget is nothing compared to theirs. Get over it. We beat you. And that is a Hibs man on Cloud 9 tonight as they're heading towards top 3 European football. Till next time, folks.
No, but that guy's right. That guy is 100% right about Rodgers, man. He is talking shite. He's just not happy that they lost the game. Let's see what Rodgers had to say, actually.
I've already went over it. I mean, if you want to go over it again.
I want to see if he's added anything new.
I don't think he's added hee-haw now.
Rodgers said, quote, "We were a little bit rushed in the first half, just tried to force it and then conceded a goal on half-time. The players were excellent second half, put a lot of pressure on, get the goal. Then there's the talking point. I was very disappointed we didn't get that, especially when the linesman didn't think it was out. He probably has the best view. I don't know how you can tell the ball is definitely out from an image from the 18-yard line. We need to see the evidence the ball was out. If you don't have that, you're having a guess." End of quote. But look, he's talking about we need to see the evidence. He's having a guess that they don't have the evidence.
Yeah, I know.
So how many? Look, isn't life pretty much? Don't you guess your way through life? Do you not? Don't you make assumptions all the time?
Yeah. I think it's just hypocritical for Rodgers to guess at this guy having a guess. He doesn't know. Yo, see the fact they've overturned this? It tells me they 100% know it was it.
Yeah, but you know what bothers me? It's the whole, see people using the line, and Rodgers is the guy that's using it, and everyone's obviously just rehashing the shit that he's saying. He is saying, right, that the linesman has the best view, and the linesman didn't think it was out. But here's the key thing that you're not taking into consideration. The linesman isn't checking VAR. He isn't seeing the replay. He isn't seeing the still images. Who's to say if the linesman had the footage that the fourth official on VAR had available to him, the linesman wouldn't go, "I changed my mind, it's actually out"?
No. You can't turn around and say hee-haw like that. It's just... It was clearly out.
Now, can you make a case that maybe the person that should be getting called to the monitor should be the linesman that gave the decision? Or should the officials as a team be competent enough to get the correct...
But the ref didn't get called to the monitor.
No, but
because it's a factual decision, right? It's not like the cup final, because it was a factual decision whether it was in or outside the box. The ref doesn't need to go. It's for VAR to decide.
So they obviously think it was factually out.
Yes.
So here's what's going to happen, right? It was either factually out and the person on the monitor has got it right, or within a week's time, the SFA will come out with a statement, they'll apologise to Celtic, and they'll say they got it wrong.
And we'll apologise.
That's the two outcomes.
Aye.
That is the two outcomes. Either, like you said, it's a factual decision and the ball was out, or we'll hear an apology for the SFA and they'll say they got it wrong.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So,
they'll have more angles than us. It's out. It is out. See from certain angles, did it look in? It's completely inconclusive on the looking in, but see on the looking out, it looks definitely.
I'm not going to say it's 100% out. I can't possibly say that. I don't have the angles to say that, but that does look out to me.
Yeah.
And you know what? These people that are saying that if you think it's 99% out, you can't give it out because you're not 100%. Bullshit. See if you're no. That's like going on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and you've got the £1 million question, and you're 99% sure that the answer's B, but here there's a 1% chance it could be A, and you risk it all for the £1 million on A. No, why would you do that? No, but come on,
I think they know what was it. That's what we're going to
what are we dealing with here?
It's time to peace out. Alright, it's time to peace out.
No, but you get my point here.
I do get
these am I wasting these analogies, man, or what?
We don't want to give you that. Anyway, Chris Tarrant, he's reeling it in.
No, but imagine.
Right,
no, wait, whoa. That'd be like Chris Tarrant saying to the guy, here, you have to take the 500k, you have to take the $500,000. You're not allowed to go for the £1 million question because you're not 100% sure that it's actually B. So therefore, you're not allowed to gamble.
Maybe we'll be the stupid fucks next week, yeah? Maybe. Who knows? But I don't think so.
I'll tell you what, see if we are wrong, I'll hold my hands up, but I tell you what, my team's been on the receiving end of a lot of shite. SFA just came out and said that Hearts should have received a penalty last week.
Yep.
Your team's been, alright, on the receiving end of shite when it matters. Say that they should have had a penalty against Celtic. So we'll see. See if they come out and say we got it wrong. This ball was in fact in, and we fucked up. We'll come out here and say, you know what? You guys were right, we were wrong. No bother. But the fact is, right, the SFA could come out, they could say the ball was 100% out, we've got the footage, we've got the angles, and see the percentages in these polls, they wouldn't change. People would still be in denial. People would say, nah, it's still out. I mean, it's still in.
No.
So, you can't win.
No, it's like the Hearts decision. For me, it's a penalty. It's absolutely a penalty. And Salah's push. Hearts get robbed. I mean, that changes the game. It does. Maybe 2-1 to 2-1 Hearts, potentially 2-1 Rangers. So, there's nothing wrong with admitting it. And, if the SFA come out next week and say they're wrong, so will we. And I look forward to it.
Here, let's just end it with this.
I'll end it with this. I couldn't give a fuck if the ball's in or out. I want Clement out.
The only thing that matters is Davy Gray's the only one with a knighthood here. Sir Davy Gray. Brendan Rodgers is just a guy crying his eyes out, so
Aye, that's it.
The right guy won.
That's it.